Learn as much as you can while you are young, since life becomes too busy late.
Reformation, like education, is a journey, not a destination.
Learning is more than absorbing facts, it is acquiring understanding.
Always do your best. What you plant now, you will harvest later.
There is no failure, only feedback.
Minds are like parachutes, they only function when they are open.
Everyone you will ever meet knows something you don't.
Change is the end result of all true learning.
All men by nature desire to know.
All the world is a laboratory to the inquiring mind.
For the things we have to learn before we can do them, we learn by doing them.
You cannot open a book without learning something.
The real key to learning something quickly is to take a deliberate, intelligent approach to your learning.
Do not confine your children to your own learning, for they were born in another time.
I think you learn more if you're laughing at the same time.
The more I read, the more I acquire, the more certain I am that I know nothing.
You live and learn. At any rate, you live.
The noblest pleasure is the joy of understanding.
The first problem for all of us, men and women, is not to learn, but to unlearn.
All things good to know are difficult to learn.
All of us must cross the line between ignorance and insight many times, before we truly understand.
It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows.
The difference between school and life? In school, you're taught a lesson and then given a test. In life, you're given a test that teaches you a lesson.
If a child can't learn the way we teach, maybe we should teach the way they learn.
What we learn with pleasure, we never forget.
I never teach my pupils, I only attempt to provide the conditions in which they can learn.
The whole world opened to me when I learned to read.
The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled.
Nothing is more powerful and liberating than knowledge.
Experience is not what happens to you, it's what you do with what happens to you.
I am learning all the time. The tombstone will be my diploma.
Take what you learn, and make a difference with it.
Whoso neglects learning in his youth, loses the past, and is dead for the future.
Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change.
Don't just teach your children to read. Teach them to question what they read. Teach them to question everything.
Despise school and remain a fool.
The learned man knows that he is ignorant.
I've learned that the best classroom in the world is at the feet of an elderly person.
We don't stop going to school when we graduate.
You can't learn in school what the world is going to do next year.
I am still learning.
Learning without thought is a labor lost. Thought without learning is perilous.
I am always doing that which I cannot do, in order that I may learn how to do it.
Being a student is easy. Learning requires actual work.
I am always ready to learn, although I do not always like being taught.
We now accept the fact that learning is a lifelong process of keeping abreast of change. And the most pressing task is to teach people how to learn.
I am not a teacher, but an awakened.
In the end, we retain from our studies only that which we practically apply.
Men learn while they teach.
That is what learning is. You suddenly understand something you've understood all your life, but in a new way.